The funding for this video is provided by the amazing members of our Patreon. Also contributions from viewers like you. Thank you. Yeah, I started from PBS Kids. What you gonna do? Fight me? Anyway, roll the video. I have been watching Miraculous Ladybug since I was like 17 years old when the show came out in 2016. Yes, I have been with this ass chinks of a show for almost 6 years now, okay? It's good when it's good and it's bad when it's bad. Let me enjoy it. Woo! Woo! Yeah! And this is when Nickelodeon did a horrible job with playing it. So if I wanted to watch it, I had to catch it when it came on Sundays, or I had to wait a few days later when it came out video on demand. And I got so irritated with Miraculous barely being played, I spent some of my first money I ever made myself from a job that I got fired from on the first fucking day on Miraculous Ladybug episodes. And one thing that I can't stand about why I did this is because the show was literally uploaded on Netflix within probably 3 months of me doing that. But one thing in particular that I have noticed over the years is the horrible decline of the show's main adult villain, Gabriel, who we did not learn was the show's villain until fucking 28 episodes in, which isn't necessarily a bad thing. But in season 1, we learn more about him as Hawkmoth, not Gabriel, who is one of the world's most famous fashion designers, which I don't seem to get because he's always in that ugly ass outfit. I'm sorry y'all, I just hate his outfit. Like, what the fuck is this? Gabriel, we need to have a talk, baby. But anyway, as the show goes on, we learn more about how Gabriel is an awful person. But as I was thinking and paying more attention to his actions and how different they are now in the series than they were early on, I noticed something, and it was very, very much terrifying. Gabriel Agreste is showing signs of substance abuse. Hey y'all, it's Harriyanna and I'm back with another video. Hi, hello, how are you? My name is Harriyanna and welcome back to the pirate ship, also known as Harriyannahook's pirate ship. I am the captain. You are not my first mate. I don't got no first mate. Because you want to know why? Bring your ear closer to the speaker so you can hear me clearly. Nobody is worthy of being the first mate. But hi, hello, how are you guys doing? My name is Harriyanna and I like to make content based off nostalgia and family and children's entertainment and all the issues that I find within those spaces. We are back with another Miraculous Ladybug video and my hot takes that I always have on the show. I was gonna stop making Miraculous content in the first place, but after I saw the way you guys responded to that Julica video, you guys seem to be really interested in this new format that I've been doing with my content lately. And also you guys seem to be interested in talking about other things within this series regardless of the love square, which I have told you guys numerous times that I am just sick to death of. I'm so tired of the love square. I have no interest in this series. Y'all be asking me to talk about the love square up and down and I just don't care. Here I am going to talk about Gabriel in a more nuanced discussion because of some of these takes I be seeing about Gabriel. I understand that he is a horrible person, but y'all need to learn how to analyze characters better because your takes be trash. Now, I do like Gabriel as a character. Well, I don't like him. I hate him. We love to hate Gabriel, alright? We love to hate Gabriel over here on the pirate ship. I do enjoy his character for the most part because, like, he's just a hot ass mess. And his character is very interesting to me. When he's executed well, his character is good. And when his character is bad, it is doodle cheeks. And I am in no way, shape, or form making this video to defend Gabriel for his actions, as I do agree that he is a horrible fucking person. But we do need to have more nuanced conversations about Gabriel's character. Yes, Gabriel is an awful ass, despicable human being. That's valid criticism. But I want to dig a little deeper today and realize that he is this is concerning. His behavior is honestly becoming extra concerning. There's just so much more to Gabriel's character that I find so entertaining. And because of him being a fashion designer, I love fashion, I love style, I love beauty, all of that jazz. Him being a fashion designer is part of the reason why I'm so invested in his storyline, because last time I checked, a lot of these little famous fashion designers out here that y'all like, Coco Chanel, are bad people. They're all awful people, and I find that so interesting how the worst person in the show just so happened to be a fashion designer. And I'm not saying that all fashion designers are bad people. They're absolutely fucking not. But so many of the big ones are just awful, and I feel like the show did a great job of mirroring that. And I just want to sit here and discuss the downfall of Gabriel Agreste and how he is showing signs of addiction, and this is mirroring drug use in a way. If you're not mature enough to have a topic about addiction and substance abuse, you might as well just click off this video. I know a lot of people who watch this show are fairly young, and there's just some things that I talk about on my channel that you're just not gonna understand, and that's okay. I just don't want everybody in this comment section to be leaving rude, negative ass comments about addiction and drug use and substance abuse because they don't like Gabriel. One thing we don't do on this pirate ship is make fun of things that people are suffering with. And we do not make fun of people who are dealing with addiction, substance abuse, or drug abuse. We don't. We don't do that.
Shawty go in, she need a pole or some, come get her one. If you want in, you gotta throw her some. Woo! I'm beating her in for real. That booty be clapping, that pussy be smacking, that shit fresh out the seal. Bend it over.
So, who is Gabriel Agreste? Before we go any further, you need to know who these two people are. Okay, well, a person and a thing? Anyway, the person, Gabriel, who is he? A bitch ass nigga. Okay, but seriously, he's a famous French fashion designer and is the wife to actress in Harris, Emily Agreste, and is the father to Adrian Agreste, who he forced to become a child star. He fucks up Paris every time we see him in this damn show, and he is an overall menace to society. Gabriel is not a good person, but that is what makes his character so interesting. Why is he committing domestic terrorism? To revive his wife. And the thing that he is using to do so is nooroo, his air quote drug. Now, what is causing this addiction that Gabriel Agreste has developed? Nooroo. Nooroo is a kwami of the butterfly, also known as a moth. They don't know what they want him to be. Nooroo, are you a butterfly or a moth, baby? Please let me know. Anyway, but nooroo has the power to take control of a person. But this is to take control of a person for a good reason, as kwamis, which is what nooroo is, are meant to be used for good. Like if a person is feeling down, nooroo will be able to use his power to help them feel better. But Gabriel isn't using nooroo and his powers for good. He's using nooroo's power to take control of emotionally unstable people to follow his orders, which results in these people fucking up the city. Also, spoiler alert for anyone who wants to watch this show and has never seen it, Paris gets fucked up in every episode. So yeah. And the Eiffel Tower is one of the main things that gets destroyed. It's literally terrorism. But anyway, the addiction. Every episode of this show, Gabriel is bothering someone. Every episode of this show, Gabriel is akumatizing someone. Every episode of the show, Gabriel is fucking up Paris. This is terrorism. Now, Miraculous Ladybug has over 100 episodes, but Gabriel has not akumatized people 100 times. In season 4, we found out that Xavier Ramir, who is better known as Mr. Pigeon, a very, very emotionally unstable man. Also, people have this theory that like Gabriel has a crush on Mr. Pigeon, and I believe it. Comment down below how you feel about this, because I'm actually screaming. I had no idea that was a thing in this fandom, and now I see it. I understand why people ship it. I understand why people assume that. But anyway, we find out in season 4 that Gabriel has akumatized this man 72 times. 72 of these episodes are not about Mr. Pigeon. But we're gonna bring this back up later. So remember this. Put a bulletin on that one right there. Nooroo has told Gabriel numerous times that what he is doing is not okay. And Gabriel knows that. He's a grown-ass man. But he keeps using Nooroo for the purpose of doing bad things, to the point of putting Nooroo himself, Nathalie, his assistant, Adrian, his son, in dangerous situations. He literally held a black girl's family hostage. I will never get over that. I'm sorry, y'all. I know how we be talking about it's not about race and that, but something about why the black girl in pain, it's just something about that just really bothered me. It was a great episode, by the way, but oh my gosh, he really held Olivia's family hostage. And he's also purposely upset Chloe and Audrey, the bratty ass mother-daughter duo that is annoying as fuck, for the sake of being able to take control of them. Yes, Chloe is a terrible person, but you can't hurt her. Oh yeah, he's also akumatized small children. And from what we have inferred, this has become an everyday thing for Gabriel Agreste. Remember, y'all, this man is a fashion designer, wasting his time where he could be making new, great pieces, and he's literally bothering people that are most likely the ones that are the consumers of his products. Yeah. Now we have to bring it all the way back to season 1 for when this substance abuse began. From what we can pick up in season 1, Akuma attacks don't happen every day. It's more of an every so often situation, and the attacks are less mean-spirited, if that makes sense. Here it's not revealed who Hawkmoth is, but we still know it's fucking Gabriel Agreste because, you know what, sidebar, if they really wanted to fool the audience, they would have gotten a different voice actor, or they would have had his voice actor do a different voice. But anyways, in season 1, we can still see that he is a different person when he is a villain. And we see that he still has some remorse. And in season 2, at one point, he does stop doing this. He stops akumatizing people. Until we gonna get there. We're gonna get there. But I just want you guys to remember that he indeed did quit being Hawkmoth at one point. But in season 1 and even half of season 2, it's an every other day thing. Until the season 2 finale, with the help of Nathalie, he was able to akumatize multiple people all at once. And that is when, in my opinion, Gabriel got worse. Gabriel losing to all those people is really what fueled his fire to keep this up. Remember Mr. Pigeon? Oh, we're bringing his ass back up. While we did not see Mr. Pigeon much in this show, in season 3, we find out that Mr. Pigeon has been akumatized 23 times. This literally is what lets the audience know that the Akuma attacks that we see in this series are not the only ones that happen. Here is when we start to notice that this is more of an issue in the city than we thought. But it's not just a problem with Paris. This is a problem with Gabriel. Here I'm going to read you guys the signs of drug abuse. Signs of drug abuse include problems at work, school, or home, using drugs even if it risks physical safety, trouble with law enforcement that stems from drug use, continuing to use drugs even though using them causes problems. Oh, okay, let's see if any of this applies to Gabriel Agreste. Problems at school, work, or home. Check, because he's literally putting off work for this bullshit. Next, using drugs even if it risks physical safety. Check, because Nooroo has told him numerous times that this was dangerous. And he is aware because that's how his wife ended up on life support. But anyway, trouble with law enforcement that stems from drug abuse. Check, he's literally committing terrorism. I think that's literally one of the worst crimes you can commit. And last one, continuing to use drugs even though using them causes problems. Check, we see it causes numerous issues within this show. Not for just him or the people that live with him, the entire damn city of Paris. Gabriel Agreste is showing all the signs of substance abuse. We see that he is becoming more and more unhinged as the show goes on. He has been shown to throw things, break things, screaming out of frustration more and more, akumatizing people in close spaces like a fucking train, akumatizing an adult at a party that his son and his friends were attending, throwing fucking temper tantrums, literally putting off his plans to go akumatize something when he sensed negative emotions. He literally puts off spending time with his damn son to go bother strangers. He literally locked himself in the bathroom of a train to go akumatize someone. And he also was not in attendance at a party he hosted at his damn house. He held a teenage girl's family hostage, nearly killing them. Oh, and also, he literally akumatized himself because of this miraculous. Gabriel has become dependent on Nooroo. And you wanna know what? Nooroo is aware of that. But because Nooroo really can't do much of anything, he just has to sit and suffer with him. Let's take drugs for example. That's literally what this entire discussion is about. It's an allegory, y'all. Did y'all get that? Anyway. Let's take drugs for example. You know drugs are bad for you, but the drug cannot tell you to not take it. And if you have become dependent on this drug, it's harder and harder to resist. And it has become harder and harder for Gabriel to resist Nooroo. Nooroo can tell Gabriel bitch ass up and down that this is wrong. And Gabriel is aware that it is wrong. But he doesn't anyway. Because he doesn't know how to function without it anymore. He has become addicted to Nooroo. He has become addicted to bothering and possessing innocent people. He has become addicted to committing terrorism. And the way Nathalie has been reacting to him is how someone would react if someone they care about had a drug addiction. She's not telling him to stop. She even starts to help him because she wants him to stop. His addiction to Nooroo is what got Nathalie bedridden. And yes, I know someone is going to say this. She is a grown woman. She can make her own decisions and whatever. But you remember, he was the one that started this. She wanted to help him because she wants him to get it so he can stop. Okay. We see that Nathalie is worried about him, and we see that she has become frustrated with him, but she's not telling him to stop because she knows it's not that simple. It's just not that easy. That contributes to why she steps in and takes care of his son more than he does, because she knows that he's not stable enough to do so because of his addiction. While he's not stable enough to do so, he's also feeding his addiction, neglecting his son for that purpose. Also, can we just get rid of this? This is just sidebar, but I'm just tired of people. Can we please just get rid of this Nathalie is abusing Adrian debate? Because she is literally not. She has done more for him than his own father does. Also, he is not her kid. Remember that Gabriel is her boss. She has to listen to what he says. He's not gonna sign her paychecks. Y'all has to think a little deeper about things like this. I'm sorry. Like I said, I am aware that a lot of people that watch the show are fairly young, but also y'all gotta remember, adults make these shows, and there's just certain things y'all probably aren't gonna understand until you're older. But she is also aware that his father has an addiction problem, and she does what she can so his addiction doesn't affect him. If anything, Gabriel's addiction has led to him abusing Nathalie. But Nathalie keeps trying to help Gabriel, is just making things worse for not only her and him. Yes, we are filming from this position because this is the only way I can get this camera to sit up in this position on the table. It may be unflattering, you may think I look hideous from this angle. I don't care. I've been working on this for like 3 days now, and I have finals coming up. I need to study. But here we are about to get on the subject of withdrawal, because so many people tend to ask this question when it comes to Gabriel Agreste is, why doesn't he just quit? And I will go into that. So like I said, I do have a bit of a theory about why he won't quit, because I personally don't think he can. And when I say I don't think he can, I mean it's a little too difficult for him, at least at the moment. I don't think he can, at least not easily. So in season 2, we did see that he did try to quit. I literally just watched this episode today as well. It's like he quit for just a moment, but then when he saw some fuck shit going on, he couldn't resist the urge to go and bother someone and akumatize them, okay? I don't think he can stop. At least he doesn't know how to stop, because he doesn't know what's gonna happen to him and his body if he does stop, because this has become a daily thing for them. This has become an everyday thing for him, or every other day thing. And when you form a habit, it's kind of hard to break it. And as we see at the end of season 4, he doesn't like doing this. We see that Gabriel Agreste is like really fucking tired and he's drained. And you want to know what? It's like those small little Akuma attacks don't even do it for him anymore. That's like the most disturbing thing about it when it comes to his character. Like, he has akumatized the same person twice in one day. He's over here akumatizing sentient monsters now. And also the akumatizations are healing the sentient monsters just as well. And it's like the more crazy and wild his ideas get, the harder and harder it becomes for him to stop. Because I was like, we saw that shit that he pulled at the end of season 4. I don't even want to sit and think about what he might pull at the end of season 5. The more crazier his ideas are becoming, the harder it is for him to stop. And I think he doesn't know how his body will react if he just stops altogether, quitting cold turkey. Because we did see that him using nooroo's power for bad is having a negative effect on him. We are watching the downfall of a famous fashion designer. It's funny because we always hear about famous fashion designers being horrible people, but now we're like, oh, we actually get to watch one decline in real time. And I'm just gonna tell you guys, withdrawal sucks. It's actually very fucking awful, y'all. I hate it. It's terrible. And while I've never dealt with substance abuse before, I have dealt with withdrawal from past medications that I was on. So I used to have this one medication that I used to take twice a day. It was for my acid reflux. But I had to stop taking it because it wasn't making me feel good. Yeah, it stopped my heartburn, but it stopped my heartburn because I wasn't hungry. So I quit cold turkey because I realized that medication was the root of where my problems were coming from with my digestive system and appetite and all that shit. And I'm telling you, when I quit, I ended up having the worst headache ever for like 3 fucking days straight. I was still not hungry, but I was starting to get hungrier early on in the day, if that makes sense, because while I was on that medication, I wouldn't get hungry until about like 2-3 p.m. But I was starting to actually get hungry around noon again, and I was actually getting hungry around 11 o'clock in the morning. So that was a good sign that it was getting out of my body. And because of all of these weird issues that I was dealing with my body trying to get off of this medication, I was also extremely moody. But after a week, I did notice a difference with myself Even though I was dealing with these horrible withdrawal symptoms, I was slowly starting to feel a little bit better. But even though I noticed the effects within 1 week, I really did not fully recover off of that medication until months later. Like, the headaches weren't that freaking painful anymore. My mood was getting better and I was actually able to get better sleep again. And then another time I also dealt with withdrawal was when I was on an anxiety medication, and this was a few months after I had stopped that acid reflux medication. So it was kind of like a double whammy. And it wasn't that much different from when I got off of my acid reflux medication and off my anxiety medication, but I was not able to eat for days. Like, I would eat like once and then 2 days later I wouldn't be able to stomach anything. I had to like fast because I just couldn't. I was not feeling well whatsoever. All I did was sleep. All I did was cry. It was awful. But then as time went on, things did start to get better for me and my health. Yeah, horrible withdrawal I was dealing with, and everything was so horrible and everything just felt so unbearable because of the way my body was trying to adjust to getting off of this medication that I had become a bit dependent on. I even was considering starting to take the medicine again because the withdrawal was just so awful for me. Withdrawal is awful. It fucking sucks. And as I am someone who has never dealt with substance abuse, I completely understand why so many people are afraid to stop, because withdrawal is not great. Many people that are dealing with substance abuse, they are aware that the road to recovery is not easy. My closing thoughts on this entire thing about Gabriel Agreste and me kind of like making this like an allegory for somebody that is abusing drugs or just addiction in general is, you need to be careful what you're putting in your body. You also need to be careful with what you're engaging with as well, because addiction doesn't always have to come from something that you are ingesting. It can also be from something that you are watching, something that you are reading and whatnot, because I do often hear about people having porn addictions and stuff like that. And you know how some people have gambling addictions too. You really have to be careful when it comes to the kind of things that you engage with to take your mind off of stuff or to try to help yourself or whatnot, because you never know. So many of us get attached to things like this because of horrible situations, and we just want to take our mind off of it. We just want to feel something. And the reason why Gabriel ended up getting on this drug is because he misses his wife and he wanted to get her back. That's pretty sad shit. She's literally in the fucking basement. But also at the same time, it just raises suspicion, because I'm just like, I have so many questions about Emily's character, and from all the shit that I have picked up about her and just infer, she's not a good person. But that's kind of not really the point right now. I just had to throw some Emily Agreste slander up in here, alright? It's honestly very concerning seeing what Gabriel has turned to, because he doesn't even really look the same as he did in the beginning of the show. Because y'all, I am pretty sure that his hair was blonde in season 1 and now it's like fucking gray. And it's so freaking sad to see, because I'm like, this man is a fashion designer. He has so much good to live for. Literally, people fawn over him. They literally are practically throwing money at him for him to make new designs and have new products to sell and all that jazz. He literally lives in a nice, big, beautiful home in one of the most expensive cities in the world. It just goes to show you that somebody can have all of this stuff. And like I said, I understand we say money doesn't buy happiness, but it's sure not gonna make me sad either. Gabriel, in my opinion, is showing that he has all of this stuff. He's literally hurting other people because he's not happy within himself. And because of his sadness and his hurt and him turning to this drug, it's just making matters worse. Not only is Gabriel just making matters worse for everyone else, he's making matters worse for him just as well, because we see that his health is declining. Y'all see he is becoming more and more emotionally unstable as this show goes on, because the way he snapped at Adrian in season 3 and the way he started going off and breaking shit and screaming and yelling and everything like that in season 4, it's actually genuinely terrifying, because I would not have expected Gabriel to act like that in season 1. Like, you can see some signs here and there, but he was a lot better when it came to controlling his temper and his attitude. But now that shit is just awful. Like, Gabriel is a very nasty person. And like I said, we're not sitting here shitting on people who are on drugs or have problems with addiction and substance abuse and all of that jazz, because I sympathize with those people. I understand life is hard. I completely understand. I get it. Life fucking sucks. And like I said, it's obvious that Nathalie wants him to stop doing this. That's why she stepped in and started to help him. But also, that was just making matters worse for her just as well, because I remember that I would read stories and I watched crime channels about people whose relatives were on drugs and how they were just being so mean and nasty to them, and it just made things harder on their life just as well. Because I don't want to reference this damn show, but Euphoria. You know how Rue was on drugs and she was literally making everyone around her life worse because of that. Like, when it comes to substance abuse, it's not really just one person that is affected, and that being the person that is abusing the substance. It really affects the people that are in their lives. It affects their loved ones. It affects their co-workers. It affects their friends. It's actually very, very freaking sad. And I really just don't want to see no negative comments on people saying, oh, that's... Like I said, at the end of the day, this show, these are people, y'all. Like, Miraculous Ladybug is goofy as fuck and all of that jazz. But a lot of the shit that y'all say about some of these fictional characters, a lot of real life people are dealing with this. And I really don't want to see no negative comments about Gabriel having a drug addiction or anything like that, or just an addiction in general, in the comment section below, because I see a lot of people would make this statement talking about this show really revolves around one man not being able to grieve properly. And I was like, yes, but then you also got to remember that he already was using nooroo before, like, we saw the show. He already had nooroo to begin with, so we don't know what he was using nooroo for and how he had him. He probably already had that addiction to nooroo and we just didn't see it. But it genuinely is terrifying seeing the way that this show is portraying substance abuse. I may be thinking about it too hard, I don't know, but that's the amazing thing about art. We all can interpret things in different ways for the most part, and I really do enjoy that. But let me know your all thoughts and opinions about this entire thing about me having a theory that Gabriel is addicted to nooroo. Like, comment down below, I would like to know. And that is pretty much it for today's video. If you liked it, please make sure you give it a thumbs up. Thank you guys for 100k, by the way. I literally just hit 100k in the middle of me filming this, so yay. Also, the ladybug do-rag is on my head right now. I really love this. It's super duper cute. It's gonna be on my site soon at harriyannahook.com. If you guys want to know what way you can support me, just donation links down below. I have Patreon, buy me a coffee, have merch at harriyannahook.com, like I said earlier. If you guys want to support my show, it's called The Progenies. The link to that will be down below. Also, is you just support me and follow me everywhere for free at Harriyanna, HARIYNNA. Thank you guys so much for watching. Don't forget, leave me a comment down below about how you feel about this theory, because I'm very interested to hear everyone's takes on it. Be respectful though. Be respectful though. We are not making jokes about people that have addictions. We're not doing that. But that is it for today's video. Thank you guys for watching and have a good night.
So don't hate, just come. bubbles will just blow your mind. Buttercup like villains 3 at a time. Bubbles will smile while kicking your butt, and Blossom will lead them out of their rut. Cherish and Powerpuff, 2 of a kind. Both wanna save the world before bedtime. From Townsville, Memphis, New York to LA, the Powerpuff Girls are just here to stay. They coming through and fighting, and everyone they shocking. You know no one can stop them all because of the chemical X. They coming through and fighting, and everyone they shocking. You know no one can stop